Again, man, it's time to talk Jets, Browns. We got that victory. We're going to be discussing that. We're also going to be talking about the New York Jets upcoming game as well with the Bengals. Call in 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is number. Call in. You know what I'm saying? We're taking all callers. So give me 1 second, folks. We're going to connect the audio and we're going to get to it. Hold on.
Blog Radio.
What's going on, folks? It's your boy Long Beach Joe, and I am back at it, back at it, back at it again. I'm back at it again, man. You know? Listen, it is time to talk. The New York Jets have a huge comeback victory against the Cleveland Browns. Jets beat the Browns 31-30. All right, 31-30. The Jets put it together. Were able to get themselves back into the game and handle business. We're going to be discussing that. We're also going to be discussing the Jets' upcoming game as well against the Bengals. So we're going to be talking about that too. There's so much to discuss. So let me go ahead and get into it again. I'm the man of the people. I'm here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote my Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook, search The Long Beach Joe Show. Like that page. My content's up there. Go ahead and give it a listen. Message me. I'll message you right back. I love going back and forth with folks about this football team. Also, leave me some feedback. I love hearing about what you folks think I do here on the Long Beach Joe Show. Okay? Your boy is also on iTunes as well. Go on iTunes, okay? Search The Long Beach Joe Show. The Long Beach Joe Show. Go ahead and subscribe to the podcast on there. And leave me some feedback. I want to thank everyone that does that. Give me a 5-star rating. Let me know how you folks feel about what I'm doing over here on the show. How you folks, what are your thoughts on it? I want to know. You know what I'm saying? I want to thank everyone that does that. Salute to everybody leaving the positive feedback. And everybody, you know, letting your boy know what's going on. All right? I'm also on Twitter as well, at The Long Beach Joe, at The Long Beach Joe on Twitter, okay? Go on over to Twitter. Follow me. I'll follow you right back. You want to troll me? No issues. The troll is under the bridge, and I will troll you right back, okay? I go back and forth. So go ahead and follow me on Twitter. My personal page is at YoungJ000, at YoungJ000, okay? And also, for those of you that want to see the show live, I'm being told by different people, you know, hey, Joe, we know, you know this team. You talk a lot about this football team. We enjoy that, but we didn't know you were so handsome. And I say, listen, thank you. All right, I'm not arrogant. You know, I'm just a regular guy out here living my life. All right, people say, hey, Joe, you're looking good out there. You're looking good. So if you want to come on by and see your boy, right, host the show live, go back and forth with the Savages in the chat as well. Salutes to all the Savages. Venom G's. So salutes to you as well. You want to know why I call my chat the Savages? Because they're savage. Savage! Listen, nobody is safe, man. Not even me, all right? They come after everybody. They're going to let you know what time it is, whether you want to know what it is or not. If they don't like your takes, they're going to let you know what's up, all right? Savage. Salutes to all the Savages. Like I said, Venom, Angel, the Jet Show. Salute so as well. Salutes to y'all. Again, hit me up. Leave your questions or what you got to say as well in the chat too. We'll be coming to y'all as well. So come on by. Go to YouTube. Type in Long Beach Joe Jets. Long Beach Joe Jets on YouTube. All right, Long Beach Joe Jets. Hit that subscription button. All right, subscribe to your boy and hit that notification bell so that when I post content, you folks will be in the know. Also, give the videos a thumbs up as well. I greatly appreciate that, you know. So, listen, it's time to get into it, okay? Lines are hot. We're going to get to everybody again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We are taking all callers, and boy, do we have quite a bit to discuss, okay? Listen, this New York Jets football team showed some resiliency in this football game. this New York Jet football team stepped up and showed everybody that it is not over until it's over. Okay? They showed that we're not going to quit, not one bit. We're going to keep it pushing. And when we face adversity, when things are looking like it's all going downhill, we'll collect as a group, we'll come out, and we'll still continue to handle business until the last whistle blows. And we'll push, and we'll continue to grind until we come out the victor. Okay? What a victory by the New York Jets, stepping up and showing people what time it is. They did it! They did it. All right? Now, starting out, it was a little shaky starting out, all right? It was a little shaky, especially with these refs, okay? And we're going to be discussing that as well. There were some calls by these Cleveland Brown refs that were a little off, okay? Our first drive kind of sputtered a little bit. Tyler Conklin catches a ball going to the sidelines. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, he, got out of bounds, got his feet down. Clearly, to me, it was a catch. Okay? Clearly, to me, it was a catch. Not just because I'm a Jets fan, but because I'm a logical person with eyes. All right? Well, they say it's not a catch. And I'm like, that's weird. Robert Saleh immediately challenges, of course. We see the replays. We see everything that's going on. We can clearly see that there's green between Tyler Conklin's foot and the sidelines. We can clearly see that. So that means he's got both feet down. He got one down. He drug the other down. Boom, fell out of bounds. They come back, and they still say no catch. I'm shocked, right? So the New York Jets stall offensively on the first drive, and then we give the ball to the Browns. Now, we talked about our defense. Our defense looked phenomenal against the Ravens. Looked unbelievable. In this game, not so much. Okay, we'll be discussing that as well, all right? Now, the Browns get the ball, and on their first offensive drive, early, they take the rock 90 yards on their first drive and score a TD. They just drove all the way down the field. And I'm like, whoa, this is kind of crazy here, because, again, we haven't seen something like that this early. And, again, they were running hard as well. Nick Chubb, 17 carries for 87 yards. He had 3 touchdowns on the day. Kareem Hunt as well had 13 carries for 58 yards. Total, the Cleveland Browns rushed for 184 yards on us today. So I'm looking at this situation, and I'm going, okay, you know what? That was just an early drive. We saw it. Again, the Browns were also mixing it up. We saw them run the screens as well against us. That screen game was hitting us quite a bit as well. We're going to be discussing that too. And they were handling business. So, early they get the drive. They come out. They get the score. Then, we see we're able to kind of continue to get things going as well. The Jets kind of answered that situation on the next drive. We stalled a little bit offensively. We come out. Everybody thinks we're going to punt. We run a fake punt, okay? We're able to get a first off of that, and then the drive is capped off by a touchdown. By Garrett Wilson, a TD, and this was after a long Breece Hall run. That was huge, all right? So we answer back. We're getting going. We're really handling business as far as the game's going. Now we're in the mode, okay? We're like, all right, offensively, we're getting some things going. We're pushing everything along. All right, this team is looking good. Then we came out. Amari Cooper, he scores a touchdown. Then we also see Clowney get a strip sack of Flacco as well. So things were kind of up and down, but the Jets were able to maintain themselves and hold on. Then right before the half, the Jets are able to put a drive together. Flacco finds Hall for a 10-yard TD score. Huge for the New York Jets. That ties it up 14-14 going into the half. That was huge. And again, that was part of showing the resiliency. Because if this staff was not in place, if this was Adam Gase, we would have called it a day and went into the half, not scored, and just, been still reeling offensively. If this was Todd Bowles is notorious for this, for folding before the half, just giving up, okay? Just giving up, running the clock out. Look, let's take it into the locker room, call it a day. He was notorious for doing that. This football team kept moving, kept grinding, kept pushing, said, no, we're going to put some drives together. We're going to get some offensive momentum. We're going to get this score before the half. It's extremely important. And that's exactly what they did. So you go into the half, we're tied up 14-14. After the half, the Jets come out, and we just kind of traded field goals with the Browns. They hit one, we hit one as well. Greg Zuerlein hit a 57-yard field goal. Wow. That was huge because, again, we've seen Zuerlein be so up and down so far. To see him step out and hit that 57-yarder was good for him and good on him because we need that. We need some type of continuity at kicker. We need some type of stabilization with our kicker position because it's been up and down. But if Greg Zuerlein can continue to perform, we're in good standing. Then we also saw the Browns respond with 2 touchdown drives. The first one, Chubb had a 7-yard touchdown. And then the second one, which was the thing that really left the door open for the New York Jets. Chubb had a 12-yard TD. And again, Chubb on the day had a day against us. 87 yards on the ground. He also had 3 TDs as well. That put the score at 17-30. Now, watching this game live, I'm sitting back. I'm like, wow, I was kind of surprised that Chubb didn't just go down and, Cleveland could have just kind of let the clock run out because it was pretty close, to that 2-minute warning. We were rolling up. They could have just ran the clock out and took the game. But when he waltzed in and scored, I said, that kind of opens the door for us still. We're still in a position where if we can score and score quickly, we could end up taking this game, right? And even, again, when you hear the post-game reports and things, the coaches on the sidelines were telling the players that, look, they just left the door open for us. It's not over. Let's grind. Let's gear up. Let's roll. This game is not over. And that's when I say that this coaching staff is different than the coaching staffs that we've had in the recent past. I mean that. Because, again, if this was Bowles, if this was Gaze, if this was any of those guys that we've had completely fall on their faces here at the New York Jets, we easily lose this football game to the Cleveland Browns. But this staff looked at this football team and said, listen here, it ain't over. You will not quit. We will continue to fight because we want W's. And that's huge because if you want to push to the next level in this league, we talk about this all the time, building, getting talent, moving forward, competing for playoff spots, being better. If you want to be where the Ravens, where the Bills, where the Chiefs, where all these teams that we continue to name, if you want to be one of those big guys, it starts with heart. It starts with culture. It starts with attitude. It starts with you giving everything that you have until you ain't got no more. Until you ain't got no more. You go out and you watch a team like the Rams, players like Cooper Kupp, they give it until they ain't got no more. Until it's over, until that final whistle blows, they're going to continue to do what it takes to put themselves in the best position to win the football game. They're going to grind it out. And that's what we saw from this football team. So now with the score 17-30, the Jets have basically less than 2 minutes left. All right. Flacco comes out, drops back, looks around, and finds Corey Davis. Corey Davis, the man that I call when things are going awry, calls Corey Davis. He hits Corey Davis, 66-yard touchdown. 66-yard touchdown from Joe Flacco. That puts the game 24-30. 24-30. All right. Jets keeping it moving. Then the Jets were able to kick the onside kick and were able to recover it. We turn around after recovery. Joe Flacco's able to put a drive together. All right. And Joe Flacco was solid on the day as well. 26 of 44, 307 yards and 4 TDs. All right. Flacco put a drive together. Then he hits Garrett Wilson for a 15-yard TD. Garrett Wilson was phenomenal on the day as well. All right. 102 yards, 2 TDs. And then we hit the extra point. That puts the Jets up 31-30. To close out the game, Ashton Davis catches an interception from Jacoby Brissett. Game over. Jets win. What a big win by the New York Jets. What a gritty win by the New York Jets. Look at how we stepped up and showed that, look, until it's over, we're going to continue to fight and we're never going to give up. We're not going to stop. That's big, man. That was huge. This was a wonderful win by the Jets. Now, again, there were some things that, could be worked on. Our defense got to get some things together. They were a little up and down this game. Miscommunications in the secondary we saw. But guess what? This football team showed heart. It showed grit. It showed everything that we hope to continue to show throughout the rest of this season. Everything that we need to ascend and be a better football team, this team showed yesterday. I'm hyped about this Jets football team, man. So now we're going to get to the lines again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in, okay, no matter where you're calling or no matter where you're watching me from, please give the stream a thumbs up. All right. Also share the stream as well with your friends and your family. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. Okay. Also, the New York Jets have signed a wide receiver, Dante Spencer, to the practice squad and also released Ty Long, the punter. All right. Braden Mann seems like he's, been able to fend people off and keep his job. All right. For the time being. All right. Because Braden was able to make a play. All right, and get us a first down. So, again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. Also, if you want to hit the Cash App is there. You want to hit the Super Chat, please hit the Super Chat. Anything you give to the platform is greatly appreciated, all right? So, we're going to get to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. First caller I am going to, it's my guy Ted. We're coming to Ted. All right, we're coming directly to Ted. For those of you that do not know, Ted, he's a savage, man. He's a savage. Man, Ted's a straight savage. Salutes to you, Ted. I want to thank you for calling in. Listen, my friend. We're coming off of a big win against the Browns. Give me your thought on the fight that this Jets team showed in this game, man. How did you feel watching this game? How did you feel watching the team never give up and continue to push and fight?
Joe, is my connection okay, firstly?
You're good.
Make sure my connection's good.
You're good. You're good.
Okay, cool. Anybody that Salah cannot prepare the players fought from beginning to end. I mean, there were so many bright spots with, the obvious ones like Wilson and Flacco, and but the special teams playing, the offensive line gelling. Myles Garrett, I don't know who he is, but he only made one sack, as far as I know, and Clowney made a strip sack, and to me that was Flacco's fault because he never moved.
Mm-hmm.
But just the players that, for example, Brandon Echols, he came in for Sauce and he made two big breakups. The fourth down, played fourth down that they made a first down on, the fake punt, the onside kick, special teams, all those plays. It's great coaching, it's great execution. And anybody who says Mike LaFleur shouldn't be our offensive coordinator can go hit the road, as far as I'm concerned.
Ooh, okay, Ted, talking that talk now.
Yes,
you're
sir.
Talking about Mike LaFleur, like you said, there's been a lot of heat on him. As recent, right? Mm-hmm. Give me your thoughts on his offensive game plan as far as utilization of Garrett Wilson, right? You get the ball in a young guy's hands and we see the explosive ability. How'd you feel about Mike LaFleur, really putting him to work in this game?
Well, our tight ends can't catch, so we might as well go to a proven weapon like Garrett. I knew when we drafted Garrett, he was going to be a good player. Mm-hmm. Just his pedigree, his Ohio State, the quality competition that he plays. He was a basketball player, so I knew he had great hands and great leaping ability. But I could say Breece Hall was another one who also, he showed a burst. He looked more comfortable. Speaking of rookies, mm-hmm. He looked more comfortable doing some of the pass catching and some of the runs. But LaFleur was great. The offensive, he can go. I think LaFleur was able to go through most of our playbook and probably have no issues with protection. Maybe some, because they chipped Clowney and they probably chipped Myles Garrett quite a bit. But I believe LaFleur had the full playbook, and I'm going to say this now: if we can win the next 2 weeks, I don't know if Zach Wilson's going to see the field right away.
Whoa. Hold on a second. Hold on. We'll get to that in a second. I don't know if that's, we'll talk about that in a second. We'll come back to that. But just sticking with this game, all right? Sticking with this game. Now, I want to get your thoughts on this because I was shocked. Again, we got 2 minutes left in the game, and you see Corey Davis catch that 66-yard touchdown, right? Wide open by himself. What were you thinking in that moment?
I had the unfortunate experience of watching that on Red Zone because I don't have the NFL package. I'm in Florida. So basically, I caught it on Red Zone, and I went to my favorite pirated YouTube stream on Reddit, got back into the game live just in time for the onside kick. And I was watching with a Cowboy fan, a friend of mine who was a Cowboy fan. And it was bizarre that he was that wide open. But I'd say, Joe, there's so many weak defenses in the NFL. I've never really seen defenses be that no lead is safe. There's probably 2 or 3 good teams that have good defenses. The Bills, the Chiefs maybe. There's not many teams. I mean, you see all these comebacks and all these breakdown and coverages. I don't think any lead is safe. I don't care what game. You could play any team you want. Yeah, you're in any game, and no lead is safe. Did I answer the question? Sorry, Joe.
No, yeah. Listen, there was
going off on tangent.
No, there was a lot of touchdowns. I mean, a lot of comebacks. We saw that. I think the Cardinals had a comeback. I think the Dolphins had a comeback as well. Yeah, there was a lot of comebacks on the day. But to see the New York Jets be able to get a W in this fashion is huge because, again, in the past, we would have seen this team crumble and they would have fell apart, and it was just really surprising to see that. Now, when you go over to the defensive side of the football, there's a lot of question marks there. And mainly, I'm seeing a lot of miscommunications within this secondary, and we saw that again in this game. LaMarcus Joyner. Again, it seems like, I don't know what's going on with him and Sauce, but we're seeing them give up, points because there seems to be miscommunications. What are your thoughts about LaMarcus Joyner and his play at safety in this game?
Yeah, we had to have Ashton Davis make the final play for once.
Yeah.
Whoever Ashton Davis is, I mean, he just he reappeared to one and had a pick. Maybe we should put him in a little bit more. Joyner, maybe they're just trying to get themselves communication-wise together. I mean, Sauce is a rookie. I'm not blaming him for anything, but they just need some time together, just like the offensive line. The more they play together, the more the consistency, hopefully, we have. And I think, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but we're playing a team with the weakest offensive line probably in the NFL right now. This week. And I'd have no reason to think we couldn't win the next 2 games because the next game after that is Trubisky. Is Trubisky. And I won't go with the Zach Wilson take anymore. But, Joe, I mean, my friend with me, I mean, they pulled a miracle. I think there was a 0.1% chance of a win after the Browns scored a touchdown. It was a 0.1% chance of a win.
Yeah.
So things just came together, but I'd say, Joe, a lot of good coaching to get the onside kick. To bat it back in the field, and one more thing. Sorry, Joe, I'm kind of manhandling the.
No, go ahead.
On the play when Jacoby Brissett got the ball and ran and scrambled, the next play. They put 2 men to spy Jacoby Brissett to make sure he didn't run out of the pocket. And then that's when Ashton Davis got I think they only rushed 1 defensive tackle, and they bracketed basically Brissett so he wouldn't run out of the pocket and get the 10 or 15 yards to try the field goal.
Yeah.
And Brissett. And And let me say, Brissett played a good enough game to win. That poor guy, I felt bad for that guy because he had an excellent game and he lost the game.
Okay, well, listen, I'll take a W any way I can get it. He can play as well as he'd like.
Yes, sir.
Respectfully, I like, Jacoby's a good guy, right? But play as well as you like. But if you're facing my team, okay, if you're not wearing a green jersey, I'm sorry, but I gotta give you a thumbs down. You know what I'm saying? I gotta give him a thumbs down. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving you a thumbs down. I need a W. Okay, it's our time. Okay, we've dealt with a lot of stuff in the past, a lot of bad seasons and stuff. I need a W on my side. Now, going to this upcoming Bengals game, because you started to talk about it a bit. How important is it for this coaching staff to have this young team get its head on together? Right, we coming off a big victory. How important is it for them to focus this team and get them ready to go against the Bengals? Do you think that this coaching staff will be able to competently do that?
Find out Sunday. But Bengals are 0-2. They're in a must-win situation. They're desperate. But we're maybe a team on the rise. If we could string a couple wins together, I mean, who the heck knows, really? There are so many – I mean, the Titans are 0-2. The Cincinnati's 0-2. The teams that you thought, the Colts are 0-1-1. The teams that you thought were going to be good have started very poorly. So if we can come out and then we get to our weak part of our schedule, supposedly weak part of our schedule, which happened to include the Lions and the Jaguars, and they look better than I thought. We'll see what happens, Joe.
Yeah.
We'll see. So it's exciting. It's very exciting. We have a young team. We have some mix of nice veterans in there. And the sky's the limit right now. I thought the same thing last year, but I feel more confident of what I've seen, this past week. I don't want to overreact to 1 week, but if we can just string another one together, then we can go on a roll, technically, I think.
Yeah. And like you said as well, so you feel like if we get another W against these Bengals, you're thinking about continuing to sit Zach Wilson. I want to hear it because I'm gonna put your feet to the fire there. I'm gonna put your feet to the fire before I let you go. That's what you're thinking. You thinking if we beat the Bengals, you just continue to sit Zach Wilson.
I think if Flacco performs the way he performed and the offensive line performs the way they performed, and you see these guys getting open like Elijah Moore and Garrett, and these guys are open because the offensive line is given time, I don't know if they want to change that right away. I'm not sure they want to go – if we're 4-1, God willing, I'm not sure if they're going to say, hey, Zach, okay, your time, and then we have to wait till Zach gets up to speed in a game or two. It may take them a while to get going. I'm not sure they would be willing to do that.
Well,
I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I mean, my outlook on it is this, and I hear what you're saying, but Sulla definitely has reiterated to the media constantly that week 4 is the earliest that Zach can come back, and when he comes back, he's literally said it. We're gonna put him in there. I don't think that Zach is to be sat if he's fully healthy and ready to go. Because, again, if he's who we believe him to be, right? We did shows the entire offseason. Everybody told me that Zach Wilson was going to be a top 15. I said top 15. Everybody's saying top 10. Some people even were calling in saying top 5, right? If he is who you believe he is, then why would you sit that on the sidelines? This is the guy that everything here.
Because you're 4-1.
Everything, it doesn't matter. Well, you got to figure out who he is, though.
Yeah.
Because he's the young guy that you took high in this draft. He's supposed to be your franchise quarterback. If you believe that he's going to be top 10, I remember you calling in and saying you thought he was going to be a top quarterback in this league as well. If you believe that, then you put that out there. He's practicing right now. The coaching staff, you believe in the coaching staff. You said that as well. They should be able to have him ready. And he should be able to go out there and perform and see what he has. If Zach Wilson is fully healthy, win or loss against the Bengals, he needs to be out on that field immediately, because you need to know what he is. You need to know what he's not. And especially when you look at, let's just talk about the contract situations. These quarterbacks are getting paid out of the wazoo. We all know that, okay? Lamar is going to get his money eventually, and he's going to get a big bag. You look at guys like Patrick Mahomes, who's getting paid crazy amounts of money. He owns half of Kansas City, right? Josh Allen, he's getting paid. All these guys are getting paid. You need to know exactly what a quarterback is before you fully invest in him the way that you have to invest in him now. Because if you do not know everything, when Zach is not out on that field, right? Every snap Zach does not play. That's more that you don't know about him. I need to know everything.
I agree.
Because if he's the guy, if he's not the guy, then I need to know that. Mm-hmm. Because if you invest in somebody that's not the guy, woo, it'll blow you away for years to come. I'll give you the last word, Ted, before I let you go.
All right, Joe. Joe, I can't disagree with anything you said, and I agree with that theory. Mm-hmm. But I think it's going to be hard for them if they go 4-1 to say, maybe to think twice about putting Wilson in and be like, well, okay, we have some mojo here. But I get it. Okay. You have to think about what's best for the team and the franchise and everything else. So I understand. And that's the theory that I agree with. I agree with that. But I'll let you go, Joe. I don't want to take up
before you go,
50 minutes. No. I can stay on though if you want me to.
Okay. Before you go, give me your score prediction for the Jets Bengals. Who do you think wins? Who do you think loses? How do you think the game ends up?
I didn't really think too much about the score. I would say I know the Jets are going to win that game. That's no problem.
Okay.
And maybe a pick six or a defensive touchdown. I'm going to call it now.
Okay.
Definitely on this one.
Okay.
Let's go 24-17.
24-17. Okay, 24.
Yes, sir.
Listen, Ted, I want to thank you for calling in, man. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you. You have yourself a good one, all right?
You too, Joe. Have a great evening. Thanks as always.
Absolutely. Peace. Listen, we're going to continue on with the lines. I want to hear from y'all. All right? We already got people saying, look, if Flacco beats these Bengals, we continue on. Continue to sit Zach Wilson. We'll see. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is number. Call in. We're taking all callers. Salutes to everybody. Lines are hot. We'll get to everybody. Next, I'm going to my guy, Rusty. Rusty, I'm coming directly to you. For those of you that do not know Rusty, he's a savage. He's a savage. Damn, Rusty. Salutes to you, man. I want to thank you for calling in. Listen, Rusty, Jets come off of a big win against the Cleveland Browns, 31-30. How are you feeling about this, man? How are you feeling about the performance of Garrett Wilson, man? What are your thoughts about him going out there and putting on the performance that he did? You all right?
Hey, salute savages, salute Joe. Sorry. Yeah, no.
Garrett Wilson got him choked up. Garrett Wilson got him choked up. That's what I'm talking about, man.
In a good way.
You know, that's how it goes. I said that's how it goes. You know? That's how it goes. Garrett Wilson got him choked up.
Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. You caught me off. I wasn't expecting to be next. That was awesome. That was a good surprise. I was just getting my healthy dose of greens in for getting green.
All right. Oh,
man.
So
it is what it is.
Give me.
What's up, bud?
Salutes. Give me your thoughts about Garrett Wilson and the way that he played, man. 102 yards, 2 TDs. What are your thoughts?
He looked like he was playing for my state again.
Okay.
I love the Ohio State Buckeyes, and that's how he was. But you know, he's the thing that scares me too is when he, makes those crazy cat catches. That's what he looks like, when he's just exposed all the way.
Yeah.
He got pushed right out of bounds. That was scary for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I immediately thought the worst and just hoping for the best. Like he got the wind knocked out, but yeah, he was playing with his hands and head on fire and his legs. And then I loved it too after the game. He dropped that one pass across the middle. He's on the machine right after the game. So trying to not, make that same mistake again and just getting those hands muscle memory back.
Yeah.
So very, very happy with what's going on.
Yeah, I am as well, and I think a big
thing in that department.
Yeah, a big thing for me was watching the resiliency and the fight of this football team, right? Watching them not give up, because again, as you know, and everyone else knows that's huge Jets fans. We watch this game or watch this team consistently. In the past, other coaching staffs would have basically kind of mailed things in, right? Especially going into the half. I don't think we, try to push for a score if Bowles is our head coach or if Gaze is our head coach, continuing to push, knowing that, hey, look, when Chubb ran that in, hey, the door's still open for us. Let's continue to fight. What are your thoughts about the fight that this coaching staff showed and how it just kind of bleeds in to the threads of this football team? What are your thoughts about the leadership shown by this coaching staff as well in this game against the Browns?
Well, the one thing that we do have, and we saw it last year, is we have that fight built into our foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Like we saw that a lot. The guys have no quit in them, and then Browns literally let off the throat a little. I couldn't believe that Chubb ran it in.
Yeah,
I'm a time management junkie, if you will,
mm-hmm.
and I'm like a clock,
mm-hmm.
So I was just looking at that. I'm like, no way. I was expecting him, Joyner, to grab Chubb and throw him into the end zone. Actually, I couldn't believe it. I was like, no, don't hit him out of bounds.
Yeah.
But I mean, it aligned and it worked out.
Yeah, it did work
sure.
out for us, and we saw that.
Beyond ecstatic for that.
Yeah, we saw that things again continue to turn around. Less than 2 minutes left, the Jets were able to get 2 scores. Now, when you saw Corey Davis catch that 66-yard touchdown, man, what was your reaction to it? What were your thoughts?
I started laughing. I honestly did, because I was like, oh, there's those junk points. I swear to God, I got to keep it real, And I was like, come on, man. Like, really? And then all of a sudden, it's just that, I don't know. It was just a weird thing. It's like, watch him get it. Watch him actually get it. And the horrible thing about being, like a Jet, and there's nothing bad about, well, I'm not pushing bad on it, I should say. It's just like, be like, yeah, we get the onside kick, and then, we'd fumble it type of deal,
yeah.
And then we got the onside kick. And then I really started laughing. I swear to God, I really was. I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, right. Went down the field, no timeouts, got a touchdown. And then I started laughing harder. I was like, here we go with our field goal kicker.
Yeah.
And they made it.
Yeah.
And then they left time on the clock and, the same type of thing. And then lo and behold, who comes out of it and only played one play the whole entire game was Ashton. And he just comes over and just snatches it.
Yeah.
Jamal would have dropped that. It would have hit him in his face, in his elbow, and his everywhere else, and it just would have went all over the place. And I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
And then he slid, and I was like, please, why don't you kneel? And then he kneeled again, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh my God, we won. It didn't hit me.
Yeah.
And then I just started seeing the Cleveland Browns fans on their YouTube channels.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, the bucket of tears. I filled them up so much, Joe, and I was drinking them. My thirst was not quenched. I was going ham on them. I was like, yeah, this is for 86. Remember that? Remember 86? Oh, yeah.
Rusty getting after people, man. Rusty is getting after people. Listen.
Oh, yeah, I was twisting the blade.
Listen, I hear you. I hear you, man. I was so hyped to see that. And again, I think the biggest thing for me in this football game was, it was a wonderful win. Great comeback win. Showed a lot of heart, showed a lot of grit, a lot of fight, a lot of character. But the fact that we utilized so many of our young weapons to really take care of business. We talk about Garrett Wilson, but Breece Hall did work in this football game. He really did. This guy was putting it down on the field, made a lot of plays for us and did business. I think he had like 50 yards rushing. He also had, a touchdown catching the football as well. What are your thoughts about his performance out there on the field?
I loved it. I really did. He did what he had to do. And I just think he's like a little, not scared, if you will, but intimidated in a sense. But he's starting to build his confidence to where Carter, oh my God, man.
Yep.
Oh, I'm so happy that we got to Michael Carter. But, to get back to Breece, I just think that he's just, doing what I always that elephant, just gaining his confidence and doing it, because as the game built, from last game to this game and through the quarters, he started being like, you know what, I'm not dead.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, here we go. And he just started getting hungry, and you could see it.
Yeah.
He just started getting his armor on, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And, he started liking the hit and feeling it. So that's a good thing.
Now,
he didn't deter away from it. And
yeah, as great as our offense,
Yeah.
played as far as, the instrumental and the comeback, the defense, a lot of Jets fans were like, what is going on with our defense? We gave up 30 points. Chubb had a solid game against us. Cooper had 101 yards. He also had a touchdown. I think Jacoby Brissett was like 22 or 27 against us, had 229 yards, a TD. He also threw a pick late to Ashton Davis.
Kobe's not a bad QB, though.
Yeah, we only had one sack, though. Were you surprised that we weren't able to really get
Yeah.
after him? Especially, again, we gave up 184 yards on the ground. And I think Jacoby had 43 of those. Were you surprised that our pass rush wasn't able to maul him like we all talked about coming into the game?
Yeah, might as well have been 187. You know what that means? But, because that's what they did to us, So it would have been fitting. But and it really drives me crazy how we get one sack. I don't like how we're basically doing line shifts in hockey on our defense, like on the piece. I don't like that, man. Why can't we just put, rotate in, what do you call it, Clemens and Jermaine? Why isn't that a thing? Why do we always have to switch up everybody and do this weird 50% thing?
Mm-hmm.
You got to build your sweat up. You got to build the bond up. You have to get, angry at the other guys across the line, and then that's how you build up tenacity. We lucked out that Myles Garrett only had, or whatever the heck his name, he only had literally one play, even though it was a sack and it was for a loss, but we kept him for one. But, how are we this gung-ho defense? And you can see it. We have killers. I just don't. There's the leash is kept on. You know what I mean? Take the leash off.
Yeah.
You don't even put chains and nothing. Just let them go savage.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that I do not like. It makes zero sense to me. It's just, release the Krakens. We don't have one Kraken. We have Krakens.
Yeah.
We have tons of them.
Yeah.
Easy. And that's all they have to do. And it just seems like they're afraid to pull the trigger. It's like the kill shot's there. I don't know, man. The wind. It's like, just take the shot. Just take the shot. And we're not doing it.
Yeah.
We lucked out yesterday.
Yeah. And Jacoby was.
It's fight,
again,
too. It's a little bit of luck and determination.
Yeah. And again, I know there's a lot of Jets fans. I've had discussions that are like, hey, man, we want to see more Carl Lawson. What's going on with him? Again, I know it's just week 2. Carl did have a lot of pressures, but, Jacoby was moving out there. Again, he had 43 yards rushing. And I told people about this, that, he's not, speed like Lamar Jackson. He's not going to take off. But he's a plotter, man. He can move. He'll scoot out the way, find something.
He'll gas you and kill you.
Yeah, he'll find a way to get there. He's not like a unbelievable runner, but he can move. And he did his thing, so he kind of scurried away from pressures here and there as well. Now, going into this,
and the dude actually knows football too. He's smart.
Oh yeah, super smart.
Sorry, man. Go for it.
No, yeah, super smart and a good quarterback.
Sucks.
Good quarterback. Yeah.
I was hoping we got him as backup, honestly.
I mean, he's a good guy.
That's what it is.
Yeah. So now we're looking at this Bengals game coming around the corner, and how important is it to you that this coaching staff get these young guys' heads on straight and get them ready for the Bengals? Because, again, there's a big win against the Browns. That's great, but the Bengals don't care that we just beat the Browns. How do you think that this coaching staff will be able to get this young team focused and get their heads turned around to focus on the Bengals in this upcoming football game coming off this big win?
I sure as heck hope so. They talk a big game. We're going to see. This week, we're going to see, because last year, it was after we smacked around a good team or a solid team or a team we weren't supposed to beat or beat. Yeah. We go 0-4 after them or something like that, something ridiculous. Mm-hmm. So this is one foot after the other. We have to win this game. Everyone could laugh about it and stuff, but this is a must win. This is a must-win for a young team. This is to show. I got receipts too, man. I want to see. I'm gonna cash in that grit receipt. I got that grit. Yeah. We're gonna see. So we're gonna see how much true grit we got. See if it's a hungover. Go ahead, go to the strip clubs, drink with your friends, do what you got to do on the Monday. But you better not have a hangover when it comes to game day and that whole work week.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a true testament to this young team. I hope I'm pulling for us, of course, no doubt. I'm a savage, but I feel that we should.
Yeah,
absolutely, dude. The Bengals line is garbage.
Yeah,
to be nice about it.
Yep.
And if we can't do anything with that, I don't know. Ulbricht's got. I don't know. There's got to be some heads with Ulbricht or Saleh or something.
Yeah.
I mean, that's unexcusable. If we should get 4 sacks minimum next week.
Okay.
And that's not even. I'm saying, if
Okay.
you look at it, he got 13 times in 2 games.
Yeah.
That's me being nice.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Okay.
So
So before I let you go, Rusty, because you're spitting some facts, give me your final score prediction. Jets, Bengals. Who do you think wins? Who do you think loses? How do you think this game ends up?
Oh, Joe, you know I don't do that, but this
Come
game
on.
matters way too much to me to do that.
Come
I can't.
on.
But
Come
there
on,
will
Rusty.
be blood, and I see Clemens taking people out. I don't know. I see B's down, J's up is what I see.
Give me a score, man. Come on, Rusty. Give me a score. You got to give me a score. Give me something. Come on now.
I'd say
Come on.
29-13 us.
Ooh, 29-13 Jets. All right, let's go.
Yeah. And we're gonna get a pick 6 in there or a fumble return or something weird. Something's gonna happen, or a blocked kick. Something.
Okay. Listen,
Something.
Rusty, I got to slide off. I got a lot of callers. I want to thank you for calling in. You have yourself a good one, my friend.
You too. Shout out, Joe. Let's go Jets, and salute to the Savages. Love you guys. You're all awesome, Joe. You
Salutes.
too.
Thank you so much. Listen, Rusty calling in with some takes. We're going to continue to get to these phones. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. Wherever you watch me from, please give the stream a thumbs up. Also, subscribe if you have not subscribed, and hit that notification bell so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. Again, lines are hot. Please be patient. We will get to everybody, okay? Next, we're going to my guy, BK. Chris, Steve, you'll be next. BK, we're coming directly to you. Salutes. BK, it's good to see you in here. For those of you that do not know, bruh, BK, savage. He's a savage. Salutes to you, BK. Listen, man.
What's up, Long?
What's going on, man? Look, we are talking Browns, Jets. We got a big win, man. When you look at this game, who is your offensive MVP for this football game for the Jets, man?
Joe Flacco.
Okay. Talk about it. Tell me
Joe
why.
Flacco. Yeah. He had 4 touchdowns. He spreaded the ball around. He was able to run for a first down for a change. That was big.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that last pass, man, was on the money. When you look at it from a different angle, that was a great pass. So he just played lights out, and he was always composed throughout the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Joe Flacco, man.
Okay. If it's Joe Flacco for you, I don't know if you have me on speaker. We're coming a little bit closer to your phone. But, yeah, Joe Flacco he looked good, man. He looked good, like you said, as well. I think he had 307 throwing the ball, had 4 touchdowns. He really put in the work there. But what are your thoughts about Garrett Wilson, man? Because, again, we talked about coming into this game, everybody was on top of Mike LaFleur saying, hey, you need to utilize this young guy more often. He's explosive. We see it. He comes into this game, man, and just puts on a show. Give me your thoughts about his performance against these Browns, man.
Man, he like they were saying, it seems as though the game is not too big for him. He seems very focused and mature.
Yeah.
His talent level is through the roof, though. I mean, it really is, man. And he's going to be a problem for any team that we face.
Yeah.
He's a star. He's going to be a star, definitely. Yeah. You can see it. You see the way he moves on the field and when he goes after the ball, he attacks the ball.
Yeah. Yeah, you're talking facts right there. Now, we go over to the defensive side of this football game of this football team, and there were some questions there. Some questions about the defense and the performance against these Browns.
It definitely was.
BK, were you surprised that the Jets defense gave up 184 yards on the ground to these Browns? Were you surprised that they were able to run on us that much?
No, I wasn't surprised at all. I mean, their line is strong, man. The Browns got a strong line. Nick Chubb is the top running back in the league. Kareem Hunt, the dude, he gets busy too. So I knew that they'll have a tough time playing them in Cleveland. I mean, anybody that see how they run the football, they play a game of strength. Mm-hmm. And so that was going to be difficult for our team, especially now in the second game of the season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
I wasn't surprised at all.
Yeah, like I said, Chubb really had a day, 87 yards, and I think 3 touchdowns. I was, they got moving, especially again with Jacoby having the 43 yards rushing. That kind of added on to it. I was a little shocked, but what shocked me more was it seems like the continued miscommunications within the secondary, and it seems like most of it is on LaMarcus Joyner. This guy, I don't know what's going on with him, but these past games, he's been getting lost in coverage.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting beat and stuff like that. What are your
Yes,
thoughts
sir, he
about
has been.
What are your thoughts about his play at safety, man, so far?
My thoughts is that he shouldn't be there. I was telling someone the other day, a client I was working with, I was like, yo, listen. I was telling this guy the other day, I said, listen, before the game, I said, because I actually went to the first game.
Yeah.
I said, they need to play Ashton Davis, even though I'm not a huge fan of him.
Yeah.
He has good enough athleticism to where you could play like center field. I mean, he's not the best option, but Lamarcus Joyner is done. I mean, we see that. The guy can even tackle.
Oh, man.
You know, he's going to be a problem for them. And I'll be honest with you, for the next game, that's going to be that's a little concerning, the fact that he's back there playing free safety.
Okay. Look, now we can go into the next game with you because you kind of talked a little bit about it as well.
Yes,
do you think that this Jets pass rush will be able to get after Joe Burrow, man? Because a lot of people talking about, you know, this Cincinnati Bengals offensive line is weak. Do you think that they will be able to rebound off of – because we only had 1 sack against the Browns. Are you expecting, you know, more sacks? Are you expecting – a lot of people saying over 4. Are you expecting over 4 sacks from the Jets defense against the Bengals?
I would say about maybe 3 to 4 sacks. 3 to 4 sacks, because one thing that he does do at times, he gets the ball out quick. So, you know, they're going to try to do that in this particular game. But we should be able to get to him 3 or 4 times. What we need to do is get a turnover, though. That's the most important. That's what I see. Get the turnover.
Yeah, that is what it's about, is getting turnovers. And we absolutely got to take the ball away. And, you know, like you said as well, getting it back in the hands of our offense, you know, be able to go out there and make plays. Now, what are you expecting from the Jets offense against the Bengals? Are you expecting to see Garrett Wilson come out and really have another big performance against these Bengals secondary as well?
Well, you know, they're gonna pretty much try to game plan for that. So it all depends on how they move him around. You know, I mean, I would try to move Garrett Wilson around a little bit, because I think there's some holes in their secondary. But I think the attack should be a one of just trying to dominate the line of scrimmage and run the football. Our backs are good. They catch the ball in the backfield. Yeah. So getting the ball into the back's hands, and then in the red zone going up top to the 2 receivers we have, the 2 big ones, which is Garrett Wilson and Corey Davis.
Okay. So my final question.
Running the football, I would say, would be – I'm sorry, guys.
No, you go ahead. Finish your point. You said running the football is what?
No, running the football will be key in this game, because – you know, you don't want to give this offense options, because they can score. They can. They can come. They can be down and they can come right back. So just controlling the clock, running the football, and beating them up on our side of the ball.
Yeah. So my final question before I let you go, BK, because you've been bringing some heat, man. Got some good takes. Give me your final score prediction. Who do you think wins? Who do you think loses? How do you think this game ends up?
I think the Jets will put up 27 points, and I think they're going to put up probably 23.
Okay.
But we should win by around 27. I see that for us, because we got enough firepower to score anywhere on the field. I really believe that now.
Okay. Listen, he said 27-23 Jets. All right, let's go. Respect that. Listen, BK, I got some other callers, man. I got to slide off. I want to thank you for calling in. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you, all right?
Most definitely. Have a good one.
All right, have a good one, man. Salutes. We're going to keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking our callers. Salutes to the Savages in the chat. Randilla, Anthony, salutes to you as well. Salutes to Rusty. Salutes to Nathan. NY Jets FL. NY Jets FL says, I'm thinking 5 sacks, a strip sacks, and a pick 6. That's what he's thinking about the Bengals. Salutes to him. Salutes to him. You know what I'm saying? Salutes to everybody in the chat again. All the Savages. I'm all about it. Again, the lines are open. 515-602-9639. The lines are hot. Please be patient when you call in. We'll get to everybody next. I'm going to my guy, Chris. Steve, you'll be next. Salutes, Chris. I want to thank you for calling in, man. Listen, we are talking Jets, Browns. What's going on, man? Give me your thoughts about this Jets win against the Browns. How are you feeling about this coaching staff just continuing to push and fight with the players to get back in this game and get a W? What are your thoughts about us coming back and getting a win against these Browns, man?
I'm ecstatic. this is the kind of games that we usually lose,
Yes.
and I won't apologize for winning.
Yeah, Chris.
A win is a win.
A win is a win. That's what I keep telling people. Talk to them, Chris. I keep telling people that they don't want to hear me. Go ahead, man. They don't want to hear me.
Yeah, LB, I've been singing that Selena Gomez song. I won't apologize. You know what I'm saying? I won't apologize for this.
No, not once.
You know?
Yeah, not once.
Because these are the type of games that we usually lose.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is that we actually came back and won, and we got the bounce of the ball, and we won these type of games. So hats off to Robert Saleh and his team, and the defense didn't come through, but I mean NFL is hard to win, man. So sometimes you got to get lucky, and we got the bounce of the ball, and we're ready to go, man. So I mean the defense didn't play good, and the run defense didn't play that well, but I mean this is a team game. That's why they say football is the ultimate team game, because sometimes the offense is not good. Sometimes the defense is not good. Each side of the ball is supposed to pick each other up. So next week maybe it's the defense that picks up the offense.
Yeah. No,
let's go.
You talking absolute facts now, Chris. Let me tell you something. That boy Flacco had 307 yards in this game, 4 TDs. What are your thoughts about his performance, bro? What are your thoughts about his performance? A lot of people was banging on Joe Flacco.
This is what I said about the NFL.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So this is what I said about the NFL. And here, listen to me. All these teams that are paying these quarterbacks millions of dollars, right? Mm-hmm. And they don't have a team around them, they're not winning. You have good quarterbacks, but if you have a quarterback that's taking up 35% of your salary cap, you can't put a team around him. And I think that Joe Flacco, when he was good, he had a team around him. He had some really good receivers. He had tight ends. He had an offensive line. So when he took the money, when he got the bag, that's when you start to see the downfall of Joe Flacco. It's going to happen with Josh Allen too. He's going to get exposed when he gets the bag. He's going to get exposed because he's not going to have the same amount of talent around him. So. That's why Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of time. Why? It's not because he's the greatest, because he knows what to take. He knows to surround himself with good players, and he takes a certain amount of salary at the salary cap, so he puts the team around him. And that's why Tom Brady wins all the time.
Yeah. I mean, hey, look, I'm just happy that Joe Flacco went out there and handled business, okay? He made the throws he needed to make. He was chucking the football around. We saw him find Garrett Wilson early and often. And, boy, did Garrett Wilson put on a show, man. Give me your thoughts about this young guy getting the football in his hands and absolutely showing out, man. I'm listening. I'm listening.
I was so nervous. And in the draft, when the Falcons came up, I was like, "Oh man, we're gonna miss on Garrett Wilson, man." And when they took that wide receiver out of UFC, I was so happy because I knew that 10 pick was gonna be Garrett Wilson from Ohio State. Like everybody was talking about the guy from Detroit, the Detroit got and from Alabama.
Yeah,
Garrett Wilson beat him out. You know what I'm saying? So he couldn't get on the field because Garrett Wilson was so good. Garrett Wilson is a student of the game. He knows. I knew he was going to be. You could tell a real football somebody's going to be a star, man. You know what I'm saying? You knew Garrett Wilson. He studies the game. He's a student of the game. And then you could see from the shout out to all the Jets, yourself and all the Jets content producers, because they showed in the game in the Ravens game. If they actually threw the ball at Garrett, they probably would have won.
Yeah. Yeah, you're talking some facts, and
That's
everybody,
the dog, man.
everybody got on.
He's a dog.
Yeah,
he's a dog.
Everybody got on Mike LaFleur immediately. We were all, at least I was talking like, hey, get the ball in the hands of Garrett Wilson. What did you draft him 10th overall for if you're not going to utilize him? And we saw there was a concerted effort to get the ball in Wilson's hands in this game, and boy, did he show out. Now, going to the defensive side of the football with you, what are your thoughts about this Jets defense only getting 1 sack on the day against the Browns, man? How are you feeling about that?
See, this is what I said. I mean, you got to give credit's due. You got to give credit to the offensive line of the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
So you got to give credit to them. They played a great game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got to give credit to them. The Jets' offensive line can automatically destroy the Ravens' offensive line the other day. But you got to give credit to them. I mean, you know, Nick Chubb is a monster, man.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, him. Both guys are like really strong running backs. So, I mean, when you have that kind of a running backs behind you, it's just, I mean, like I said, shout out to the Cleveland guys, man. Just give them credit, man. They won that. They won the trenches in that game. You know.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But I have confidence. I have confidence in our pass rush.
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked to see a little bit of more of the Bryce Huff, but I didn't see him that much. I would like to see Bryce Huff a little bit more because I think Bryce Huff on third down is a little bit quicker, and he rushes the passer and he has speed. I would like to see Bryce Huff more on third down.
Yeah,
that's what I would just say. But they
got to make him active.
Nathan Shepard.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Nathan Shepard, man, he looks. You know, those guys in the defensive tackles, man, letting the guys run that much, we might have a problem against the Patriots and other teams that like to run the football. So, you know, I mean, we got $10 million and Sue's still out there. So,
yeah, I mean, we'll see.
You know, I mean,
we'll see who we grab going forward. But like you said, you know, we gotta stop that run because we do play some teams this year that are very strong run teams. And again, the Browns have a phenomenal running game. Their offensive line is really good.
Yeah.
But we gotta slow it down. But again, this defense has shown. You know, they played very well against the Ravens, who have a strong running game as well. I think the Ravens only had like 63 or 64 yards total against us on the ground. So before I let you go, Chris, listen, we got this game upcoming against the Bengals. Yep. Give me your final score prediction, man. Who do you think wins? Who do you think loses? How do you think this game ends up between the Jets and Bengals?
It's going to be a tough game, man. You know, I think that the Jets win this game, but it's not easy.
Okay.
You know, I think we come back. I think we take some. I think we take a pounding in the first two count. I think it's 31-24 Jets.
Okay.
The reason why I think Jamal Chase is going to show out.
Okay. Tell us why you think that.
But here's what I think. We will see the tight ends this week. We will see the tight ends emerge this week.
Okay.
And I think we will see that. I think we will see because everybody's going to be focused on Garrett Wilson this week. There'll be, you know, Juzam will be out. Will be active this week. I think we will see the tight ends emerge this week. I think we will see the power of these two tight ends. This is their game. And I think that we're going to win 31-24. It'll be a close battle, but I think ultimately we'll come out with the victory because of the tight ends. That's what I think.
All right. Listen, Chris, I want to thank you for calling in, man. I got to slide off. I got callers. You have yourself a good one, my friend.
Yep.
All right.
All right, bro. Thank you.
Listen, Chris calling in with some takes. He said he's taking the Jets as well, 24-31. We're going to keep getting to these lines again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We are taking all callers. Again, please, when you call in, make sure you have a good phone, okay? Please do not call me on a Sesame Street phone. I need to be able to hear you, okay? So please, no speakers, no crazy, Home Depot, trash can headsets, all right? I need to be able to hear you. Please don't have yourself on speakerphone and echo and go crazy, all right? Please call me from a good line, okay? So I need to be able to hear you there. Also, the only thing I do not allow on my show is cursing. Do not curse. I'll get you out of here fast. I'm talking fast. Faster than we got the Browns out of here. We came back. 2 minutes left, baby. And we were able to come back. You know what I'm saying? We got you out of here fast. Give us that W. All right. Again, no matter where you're watching me from, please give the stream a thumbs up. Also, subscribe if you have not subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Please share the stream with your friends and your family as well. Also love connecting with people that way. If you like to give to the stream, the super chat's there. The Cash App is at the bottom of the screen as well. Anything you give to the platform is greatly appreciated. So we're going to get back to these lines again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. Next, I'm going to CT. Steve will come to you next. CT salutes. I want to thank you for calling in, CT. All right. Listen, we are salutes, man. We are talking Browns, Jets. All right. Jets come back, get a big win against the Browns, man. Give me your thoughts about Garrett Wilson and the way he looked in this football game, man. I mean, the kid's explosive, and he's showing us he's got real ability.
Yeah,
How'd you feel about it, man?
Honestly, I thought he looked fantastic. It was something where, like everybody's saying, a star was made. So when it comes to Garrett Wilson, honestly, when it came to the draft and when we picked him, I was looking for that edge. I was like worried about that edge, but obviously later on we ended up getting Jermaine Johnson. So we ended up in them both. So it's just I just got to give a lot of credit to the staff for getting the needs of this team. A lot of people said they wanted Tyreek Hill earlier on, in free agency, but it's honestly turning out a lot better in the long run for this team because of all the cap space we're going to have moving forward and cultivating this young talent. Yeah, it's going to take some time, and we're not going to be Super Bowl contenders right away. But right now, we can see the makings of something very special happening with the Jets. So shout out to Garrett Wilson. Him and Elijah Moore are going to be deadly for years to come.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Now, when I was watching this game, man, and we had 2 minutes left, and I watched Joe Flacco find Corey Davis, I was just beside myself for that 66-yard touchdown. I couldn't believe it, man. What was your reaction watching that live, bro?
It was unreal, man. Unreal. Because like people were saying, this doesn't happen to our team. And this happens again, it happens, we're the other way where, we lose a game like that.
Yes.
But it was fantastic. I mean, we have so many weapons right now. And, and I want to give a big shout out to Mike LaFleur. A lot of people like to rag on him, but I think he's really, really, really underrated as an offensive coordinator and how he schemes the guys open. I was looking at the All-22, some of the clips, and I'm like, even Tyler Conklin was open on some Joe Flacco didn't hit him, for a touchdown, but he was open on some of these schemes. Garrett Wilson was open and for a third touchdown that, Flacco kind of like overthrew him. But there's moments, and there's things there in the scheme that if we get the right guy there as a quarterback and we have a pocket, damage can happen, and it's not, obviously guys will get more chemistry. And I honestly believe that Zach would have won that game too. I think that Zach would have probably won the Baltimore game too. In my opinion, I'm a big Zach guy. I think that Zach, when he comes back, is going to be better than Flacco. I know Jets fans are very fickle. They like to jump from like Chris Traveler to Joe Flacco to Mike White. They just want to win.
Talk about it, CT.
Yeah. We got a franchise quarterback, man, guys. We got to relax. Everybody wants to shout like Mike White after that Baltimore game, and Mike White is looking at us side eyes because we wanted him off the team for Chris Traveler. So just chill out. Let's keep it real. But I do believe we're making some big strides as a team. So I'm excited, man. It's just a great time to be a Jet fan, and I do believe we can beat the Bengals as well.
Yeah. Yo, I'll pay attention, everyone. CT has put the Jets fan base on blast. He just called y'all flip-floppers. I didn't say that. CT did. All right, if you go back and rewind the audio.
It's the truth, man.
And then he doubled down on it. Okay, there's a fire.
It is. Like, it's the Joe Beningo. It's all like fickle fans. And it's because they're so desperate for a win. They don't care who does it, and I get it. But, like, we have a franchise quarterback, and Zach just give the guy his time. He's our starter. And everybody's just, picking up. We can't just, throw anybody out there, And obviously, Joe Flacco came in, and did a job. So, shout out to him, too. I'm not trying to, talk down his performance. His performance was great, So he did what he's supposed to do as a veteran, coming in and locking that down. And to make that drive in the fourth quarter, it's epic, So I was, it was besides me. Like, I was extremely excited, and I'm still riding a high from that game. Yeah. But I'm telling you guys, like, we have the pieces, and when Zach comes back, I think he's going to be even better. Last year when he got injured, he came back even better. So this year, he, if you look at history shows he comes better from injury. So maybe he's even better than he was last year when he came back. So we'll see how it goes down.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Jets fan, I'm telling you, there's a fire with CT.
Oh Lord Jesus, there's a fire.
There's a fire. I didn't start it. He said what he had to say. I'm just telling you that's what what he had to say.
It's true. Like if you look at all the chat and all of that, when Chris Trevor goes crazy, people are on on him. And then when Joe Flacco goes great, they're on him. And then they're like, oh, wait, when Flacco's bad, bring back Mike White. And it's been crazy the past couple of weeks of the different. They don't know what they want, who they want to play. It's just nuts.
I did not say that, y'all. It was CT. I just want to reiterate that. All right, so moving forward, because CT is, he's singeing y'all. He's trying to scorch you, all right? I want to talk about this Bengals game with you because we got some guys coming up that, man, this team is really, really good. And our defense didn't necessarily play well against the Browns. So I'm looking at this Bengals game, and I want to ask you, CT, do you think that our pass rush will be more effective against this Bengals football team? Because we only got 1 sack against the Browns. Are you expecting multiple sacks? There's some people saying over 4 sacks. Are you expecting over 4 sacks against the Bengals from this Jets pass rush?
I don't know about that. But I do think we'll have more than one. I'll say that because I do think – I know that they're going to get the offensive line to work a little bit better because of the last couple of weeks. But Joe Burrow, I think he's been sacked like 13 times in the first 2 games. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. But if they can eat, we should definitely be able to eat too. Mm-hmm. So we got to get at least more than 1 or 2 sacks. But the key to me, like on the defensive line, is the defensive line to the game. Is defensive line for sure, but – those safeties, man, like our safeties need to play a good, clean game. If they don't play a clean game, we can lose this game if the safeties don't play well.
It's LaMarcus Joyner. It's LaMarcus Joyner playing so bad.
LaMarcus Joyner, absolutely, yeah.
I have no clue. It seems like the miscommunications between him and Sauce is costing us big. I think they gave up a TD that way where I think Sauce thought he was coming over to help out in coverage, so he let a guy go, and the guy just took off. But we saw those issues as well. We saw that throughout the preseason. We also saw it in the first game against the Ravens too. So I'm wondering, what's going on with LaMarcus Joyner? I mean, go ahead. Keep giving me your point, but that's big to me.
No. You're right. LaMarcus Joyner needs to step up, man. Like it's a thing where we got Jamar Chase coming into our house.
Yep.
You got to be ready. You can't let him get over the top because he will eat you alive. Yep. And I do believe this will be a higher scoring game with this team. But I do believe that they're a good matchup for the Jets. Mm-hmm. I do think that their defense is not as good as people make it out to be. And if, like Cooper Kupp was eating them alive in the Super Bowl, I think we can do the same with Garrett Wilson. And our tight ends can get some love too this week, hopefully. But but the key to the winning this game is the defense. They got to step up this time. If you got weaker offensive line you're facing, go out there like, listen, we're going to dominate, and like you got all these pass rushers for a reason, right? You want to do a rotation. All right, let's get these guys fresh in. Let's get Bryce Huff in. Let's get Jermaine Johnson. Let's get Michael Clemens in and see what they can do. Like get them some reps in there and see if they can make something happen, make something shake.
Yeah.
I'm worried about the secondary more than anything. And, obviously Sauce is a rookie, so he's going to have his rookie mistakes. He had one on Baltimore, but really the veterans and LaMarcus Joyner and even Whitehead got caught out there a little bit in the game. So things are going to happen, but I think they got to wise up because they will be the ones to lose the game if they don't sharpen up.
Yeah. Looks, and I hear you. Now, offensively against the Bengals, do you think that our running game will be able to be effective? Because the Bengals got a tough front as well. They got Trey Hendrickson. They got some guys that can really handle business up front. Do you think that our offensive line will be able to open up holes to get our running game going effectively against them?
I do. And I believe that, I would like personally to get more attempts for these guys because I think that the first couple of games has been a lot of passing. Mm-hmm. Not that it's been the first game I thought they should have ran a ton more than they did. The second game, obviously, we pulled out the victory, so I'm not going to complain about that. But overall, we got to get up to get the run game going, I guess. So I hope he scores some points and get that guy, Breece Hall, some love, and Michael Carter. They both did work, and I know Michael Carter had that big run pulled back for that whack call they did on George Fenton. That was not a, holding call.
Yeah.
But they both can eat. They both can make space and move. So I want to see the running game established early.
Yeah. And I want to see some better referees as well. You started to kind of talk about that a little bit. The Browns,
sure.
Those refs with the Browns were awful. We got such bad calls, like you said, from that call, that run that Breece got called back. The catch from Conklin that they ruled not a catch that clearly was a catch.
Oh my God,
man, come on, man.
Yeah, we're facing the Browns and the refs.
Yeah, I'm saying,
crazy.
Boo the refs, man, boo them, boo. Give them one more studio audience. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, the Russians, they were wild.
They were awful. So before I let you go, CT, because
Sure.
you've been bringing some heat, man, give me your final score prediction for the New York Jets upcoming game against the Bengals, man. Who do you think wins? Who do you think loses? How do you think it ends up?
Yeah, I think it'll be a high-scoring game. So I'm going high, well, not like super high, but I think the Jets can get 30 points. And I think that the Bengals should be able to get 24 points. So I'm going to go with the Jets 30 to 24.
Okay. 30 to 24 Jets. All right. I respect that, man. I respect it. I respect that. Listen,
and shout out to punter Braden Mann.
Oh, finally doing something. We ain't getting no 20-yard punts anymore.
I know, right?
All right. I guess he can keep his job for now. He better keep it together, because if he doesn't, things can end up happening. So listen, CT, I want to thank you for calling in, man. It's good to hear from you, my friend. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you. All right?
Man, it's been a minute.
All right. You have yourself a good one,
I'll
man.
try. You take care. Have a good night.
All right, you have a good one.
Peace.
Listen, CT calling in, man. CT calling in. It's been good to hear from him. He has some takes. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in, okay? 515-602-9639, all right? Wherever you're watching me from, please give the stream a thumbs up. Also, subscribe if you have not subscribed as well. Hit that notification bell, too, so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. And share the stream across your social media, friends, family, all that stuff, Love connecting with people that way. All right. Also, if you want to give to the stream, Super Chat's there. Cash App is at the bottom of the stream. Anything you give to the platform is greatly appreciated, okay? So we'll keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. Next, we're going to Steve. Steve knows his stuff. He's a very knowledgeable Jets fan. Salute, Steve. I want to thank you for calling in. Listen, Steve, Jets beat the Browns. Big comeback win. Give me your thoughts about the way that Garrett Wilson looked in his football game, man.
Hey, Joe. Well, thank you again for having me on the show. Let me just tell you something, Joe. I'm still completely shocked. Mm-hmm. I'm shocked. I'm happy. And the Browns are the Browns, okay? The Cleveland Browns are the Browns. They choked that game away. They had that disgusting, hideous elf on the middle of their field. Mm-hmm. The elf brought them bad luck towards the end of that game. Let me tell you something. I'm going to get into Garrett Wilson in just a second, okay?
Go ahead.
There are some things I want to talk about first. First, the negative about the game. I'm going to start off with the refs. The referees in this game were horrific in this game. Awesome. The referees were terrible in this game. They were literally going against all bad calls throughout this game. The beginning of the first drive in the first quarter, when Coughlin clearly had the ball in his hands, dragging his toes before getting out of bounds. That is a catch. I don't know how these referees rule that and rule that was an incomplete pass. And the other play that got my mind that really, really drove my mind crazy, and Saleh even screamed at the referee for this call, that horrible holding call on George Fant in the beginning of the fourth quarter. That call was horrific. Whoever the referees were in this game, those referees should be fired, okay? Those referees should be fired. That was one thing. The other bad thing about this game are defense. The defense, honestly, did not play well. They only got to Jacoby Brissett once. Jacoby Brissett had a very, very good game. And they let Nick Chubb, unfortunately, run over all of us, run over the whole entire defense. Nick Chubb had a great game. And listen, Nick Chubb is a great running back. I give Nick Chubb credit. So defense has to get their act together. They got to get themselves clean. But offense, Garrett Wilson is a beast.
Yeah.
I don't care what anyone else says.
Yeah.
Garrett Wilson is an absolute beast. And Joe Flacco played a very good game. I give Mike LaFleur credit for what he did. The major positives about the game was how Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson were able to get their hands on the ball. They were able to feature the young players. Yes, they also featured Corey Davis at times. Corey Davis went the 66-yard bomb, which I have no idea how Denzel Ward decided to just let him go towards the end of that game. But the players of that game, of course, was Garrett Wilson, and Joe Flacco had a great game. Now, Joe, before I let you talk again, now I know this is what some Jets fans are saying, that we should continue to ride with Joe Flacco throughout the season.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, when Zach Wilson comes back and when he is healthy, I don't even care if Joe Flacco is playing great. This is Zach's team, okay? This is his team when he comes back. This is his team when he comes back. Listen, I understand some Jet fans are now saying that we should just ride with Flacco for the season, but let me tell you, when Zach comes back, this is his team. Joe?
Listen, you bringing some heat, Steve. You bringing some heat. I'm not going to lie to you. Give him a hand, studio audience. Give him a hand. Not too much now. I don't pay y'all for extra claps. You know what I mean? Steve, let me talk on my own show. Salutes, though, Steve. Listen, you brought some heat to the table, and I respect that. All right? Look, let me tell you something. The way that the Jets looked, they look phenomenal, all right? We were able to get that comeback. To me, it was the fighting spirit. It was the resiliency that was huge as well, right? This coaching staff continued to push, continued to grind. Even when a lot of people kind of were hanging their heads, especially when we were down 30-17, you hear it in the post game, there was coaches saying, listen, the door is still open. Let's continue to push and keep moving. I also liked Mike LaFleur's offensive game plan. We talked about, hey, utilize Garrett Wilson. Get this guy the football in his hand. This kid's explosive, and he made a concerted effort to do that in this game. And they fed him, and boy, did it pay big dividends for the New York Jets. We saw him really put some things together out there. He absolutely did. Hold on, Steve. Let me get mine in. I'll let you go ahead and spit your fire. You know what I'm saying? Breece Hall as well played well, too, for us. We saw him get some quality runs. Some big drives were really aided by his running ability as well. We also saw him catch a touchdown, too. There was a lot of good things. And like I said as well, we talk about the coaching and stuff. The young weapons stepping up and being able to be utilized effectively was huge because that bodes well for our future, right? We talk about this constantly. Now, I will agree with you. I've heard people, and again, there's people that have come on and talked about, hey, now that, it's around the time for Zach to come back, there's a lot of people thinking about sitting him if Flacco wins this upcoming game. And I keep telling people, I respect everybody. I hear what I understand your take. But if Zach Wilson is fully healthy, which he should be, right, week 4 coming up, if he's fully healthy, you put him out there because you need to know what he is. And if he's who we believe he is, then you don't sit that on the bench. You go out there and you put that kid out there and you allow him to figure things out. And also allow us to figure out who he is as well, right? We need to know every single thing about Zach Wilson. And, again, there's a lot of Jets fans that told me he was going to be a top 10 quarterback. I don't know one top 10 quarterback in the league that you would sit behind Joe Flacco if they were fully healthy. I mean, do you know one, Steve?
Like if I had to pick a quarterback, who I say as of right now? Josh Allen. If Josh
to sit behind
Allen
Joe Flacco if he was healthy?
No, I would. I got to be honest, Joe. I mean, if you were thinking about any other quarterback in the NFL, like let's say if Josh Allen was a top 10 quarterback, which he is right now, and if let's say he was on our team and if he was sitting right behind Joe Flacco right now, then no, I would put him right back in the game if he's fully healthy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is that any top 10 quarterback in this league, because that's what Jets fans told me, there's not one top 10 quarterback that you would sit behind Joe Flacco if they were fully healthy. So you put him out there, and that's what we need to see out of Zach Wilson. Now, continuing forward, what are your thoughts about some of the issues that we're seeing at safety with the New York Jets, right? Some of the issues we have there in coverage, especially LaMarcus Joyner. What are your thoughts about that, man? Some of the bad play we're seeing.
Yeah. No, listen, I understand LaMarcus Joyner is coming back from a season-ending injury last year, and he has been playing rusty at times, but he's got to get his groove back together. If he doesn't get his thing back together, he's going to get benched or could be up for the trade market. The thing is, he's got to play better because we do have still some tough upcoming opponents, though, coming up down the road.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's got to get his act together. But you know something, Joe? I just want to just now go towards the ending of the game. When after Corey Davis scored the 66-yard touchdown, I'm like, okay, you know, we did get a touchdown back, but I still feel that this game is over. You know, we got to try the onside kick. And then all of a sudden, what Braden Mann did in the game, and Braden Mann literally saved his job that day. He literally saved his job on Sunday. Mm-hmm. And what he did to give us the ball back, and Justin Hardy makes the play, I was like, oh, my God, this isn't happening. We have a chance. We literally have a chance. And then when we took the ball down the field and Flacco throws the winning 15-yard touchdown pass to Garrett Wilson, I was screaming for joy. I was happy. I was jumping up and down.
Yeah. I
thought I was going to knock something down in my house when that thing happened, but luckily I didn't. But then what happens is Cleveland still has a chance to win the game. Mm-hmm. But then, you know, Brissett had that one play, and even though Jacoby Brissett had a great game, the last pass he threw was an unacceptable pass, the last one he threw. And when Ashton Davis, out of all people, iced the game for us, when Ashton Davis did it, it was like a sigh of joy. Yeah. It was like a relief. Because, Joe, this is the first time we have won a game in the month of September since 2018. We finally broke the September curse in that game because September had not been a month the last couple of years for us Jets fans. It hasn't. So, you know, big sigh of relief. I'm happy. Now we got to move on to this game against Cincinnati. You know,
yeah. And hold on a second, Steve. Hold on a second, Steve. Like you were talking about, you know, now we're coming off a big win against the Browns. Now we got to turn and play this football team against the Cincinnati Bengals, and this is a very good team, very good football team, right? And I know people are saying they're 0-2, and listen, this team has a lot of talent. This is early in the season. Steve, how important is it, right, for this coaching staff to get these young guys, get their head on straight? You're coming off of a big win. How important is it to not let them kind of sit and soak in that big win and the great vibe and get them ready and prepared to play the Cincinnati Bengals? Because this Bengals team does not care about this great comeback victory at all. They're ready to go. They're ready to try to get themselves a W this week. How important is it for the coaching staff to get this young team prepared and ready for the Bengals?
Yeah, no, let me tell you something. It's very important that Saleh has to get this team back together. The one thing I did like what he said yesterday in his press conference yesterday after the game, even though they enjoyed their victory Monday yesterday, and so did all we Jet fans did, it's time to move on to Cincinnati. And that is something that I liked what Saleh said. Yeah. We got to move on now. Mm-hmm. Now going into the game against Cincinnati, facing Cincinnati's offense, you know, listen, the biggest weakness about their offense is their offensive line. Because in the first two games, Joe Burrow has gotten sacked at least in total 13 times. Mm-hmm. And that's be the one thing that the Jets defense has to do is put the pressure on Burrow and get after him. Now, Burrow, however, though, has a lot of weapons. Joe Mixon and Pirine at running back, one of the best receivers in the game in Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Hayden Hurst, his tight end, is really, really good. Yep. Joe Burrow's got weapons, man. He's got weapons. Defensively, they got Trey Hendrickson on the side, on the defensive end, who's an excellent pass rush. Jesse Bates in the secondary. Who's one of the best safeties in the game today. He's an excellent player as well. Cincinnati it's going to be a tough game, but you know. But here is the one thing I think, Joe, that you've got to listen to. We're playing Cincinnati at home. Yeah. The Meadowland ground Cincinnati Bengals has been a house of horrors for them. For some reason, they just can never win on the Meadowland grounds, wherever they play us, wherever they play the Giants. The Meadowlands have been a house of horrors for them in the past. Well, but this is a good Bengals team.
Yeah.
We're going to see what happens.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, the last time we were at the Meadowlands, and last time we were at MetLife, it was a house of horrors for us as well against the Ravens. Our offense looked terrible. Okay, it looked absolutely terrible. So
I know it did.
Yeah,
Hopefully
we've got to clean.
Will their grip.
Yeah, we've got to clean some things up as well. But this again is a good football game, a good football team, and like you said as well, they have weapons. They have some good players defensively as well. Trey Hendrickson being one of the guys that is definitely going to give us a challenge up front. He's a very good defensive lineman in this league. So before I let you go, Steve, because you broke a lot of things down, man, give me your final prediction for this football game, man. Who do you think wins? Who do you think loses? How do you think it ends up?
When I was doing my takes early before the season began, I did predict that the Jets would lose this game. But with this momentum now that we've had, I think we could actually beat this Bengals team, and I'm going to go with a 26-23 win.
Okay, 26-23 Jets. All right, let's go. I respect that, Steve. Listen, I got to slide off, Steve. I want to thank you.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you for calling in. You have yourself a good one.
Good night, Joe.
All right, Steve calling in. He has some takes, man. He started off with some heat, kind of, had to put some gas back in that car, but he was good to go. Listen, Steve's a good Jets fan. He knows his stuff. He's knowledgeable. I like talking to him. Salutes again to Steve. Got going. Got himself, back in the gear. Got his transmission going, and boom, he was ready to go. All right. So now I'm going to give you folks my prediction. Again, salutes to everybody, all the savages in the chat. Everybody going off in the chat. Listen, man, the savages they get after everybody, man. I'm just gonna let y'all know that it don't matter who you are, they gonna let you know about it. Okay. So we just had a poll. I'm closing the poll now. I put it in the chat earlier about the final game prediction. And the savages in the chat here says, I asked them, hey, will the Jets beat the Bengals? All right. 84% of the savages said yes. 84% said yes, and only 15% said no. So the savages overwhelmingly say yes. They think that, hey, we'll be able to beat the Cincinnati Bengals. So I'm going to give you guys my my thoughts on the game in just a second. But before I give you guys my thoughts, I'm going to get back to these lines again, 515-602-9639. We're going to go to Tommy calling in. I believe this is Tommy from Hermosa Beach. Salutes to you, Tommy. I want to thank you for calling in, man. Listen, Tommy, we're coming off of a big win against the Browns. Give me your thoughts, man, on Joe Flacco. 300-yard game for him. How are you feeling about it?
Hey, Joe, what's up, man? Listen, I'm ecstatic.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably one of the best Jet victories I ever seen. And Joe Flacco at the end, he threw a perfect ball, like a bullet, right through Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
I mean, it was beautiful. He threw it. He caught it at the 1 yard line. Garrett Wilson ran in, dropped the ball like he was in college. You know, he the showing off with a girl.
Yeah.
it was amazing. It was an amazing experience, man.
It was absolutely amazing, Tommy. And we saw, again, the fight and grit from this team is insane. They kept their heads on straight. They kept grinding and did not stop until the final whistle blew. Now, we're looking at this Bengals game upcoming. I want to discuss that with you. How important is it that, of course, it was a great win against the Browns. How important is it now that this young team turns and focuses to the Bengals and doesn't just continue to kind of lay in the good vibes from this Browns win?
Well, they got to enjoy this win because this is like, hopefully it's one of many hot wins, but I'm glad you asked me about this game. You know why, Joe? I'm on the East Coast. I'm on vacation, and I will be attending this game.
Okay.
I got the hot. Hey, Joe, I got the hot take.
Okay.
I got the hot take.
Okay.
Ahmad Sauce Gardner,
Mm-hmm.
he's going to shut down Jamar Chase. Shut him down like he did in college, just like he did in college.
Okay.
We're gonna have a going to be a great Sunday. I'll tell you that.
How many sacks are you expecting from the New York Jets pass rush against the Bengals?
Well, you know what? I'm a little concerned about that because, I mean, there's going to be like Michael Clemens. He's too vicious for their Bengals offensive line. I hope he don't hurt Joe Burrow because he's going to get him twice. I'm calling Clemens is getting 2 sacks alone.
Okay.
And I'll top it off at 4. I mean, I can't see us going over 5, but I'm just hope he don't hurt the guy. You know, like I told you, Joe. Congratulations. Okay, we had 2 first-round caliber edge rushes in our draft. Okay, Michael Clemens, baby.
You talk about it now. My final question for you, Tommy, before I let you go, give me your final score prediction against the Bengals. Who do you think wins? Who do you think loses? How do you think this game ends up?
Well, I mean, our defense hasn't been perfect. They're allowing the ball to go down the field, and unfortunately, the Bengals are going to score a lot. But the fortunate thing about it is we're going to score a lot too. And I think we're going to go. It's going to be the highest scoring game. I see it's going to overtime.
Oh wow! Okay.
I'm going to say 45-42 New York Jets.
Wow, 45-42 Jets. All right, let's go then. Listen, Tommy, I want to thank you for calling in. You have yourself a good one, all right?
You too, pal. Let's go.
All right.
Jets.
That's what I'm talking about, man. You already know what time it is, bro. Jeez. He said 45-42 Jets. He thinks he's going to OT. All right. Look, I respect it. So, Tommy calling in with his take. And again, I put a poll up earlier. 84% of the Savages said that they are taking the Jets over the Bengals. All right. 15% said no. Salutes and respect. Salutes and respect again to all the Savages in the chat. Leon, William Jones said we need to boot the 15% that said no out of the chat. I respect everybody. I love all Jets fans, all football fans as well that come in and join the show. Salutes to everybody. Salutes to Method as well. I see you. Method in the chat says we need the defense to play like they did week 1, and we need the offense to play like they did week 2 against the Bengals. Yeah. Finance community as well. Salutes to you in the chat. Another Savage. He says the Jets will sweep the Ohio teams. Jets will win 28-17. The defense will force 3 turnovers in the game, and 1 will lead to a score. There's a lot of people talking about the Jets defense turning turnovers into scores, Salutes to Chris as well. Chris says we had a great win, but in reality, we're an intelligent knee away from another double-digit loss. We need Ulbrich to make better adjustments and attack the line of scrimmage. A lot of people talked about that as well against the Browns. They were saying, hey, we wanted to see more from this defense. I understand a lot of people going, hey, if he would have kneeled, we would have lost. I get it, but that didn't happen, okay? And I'll take a victory any way that it comes. So as we continue to talk about this upcoming game against the Bengals and the Jets, I'm going to give you folks my prediction. Listen, this is a tough football game. It's going to be a tough football team to play against as well. I know a lot of people looking at the current state of the Bengals because they are 0-2. They're, just kind of being like dumping on them. But listen, this is a football team that has lots of talent on it. I'm concerned about their running game in particular. Mixon, that guy's a monster, okay? We need to make sure that we check the running game and keep it under wraps, okay? We struggled a bit against Cleveland with it. We did do well against the Ravens, but we got to shut that down. And Mixon's also a guy that comes out the backfield and he can catch the football too. That's another concern of mine. If you go back and you watch that Browns game, particularly in their first drive, they really abused us with screens, right? And we saw that last season too. We saw our defense get beat consistently by screens. So we got to look out for that too. This is going to be yet another challenge, I think, for Sauce, DJ Reed as well. You got Jamar Chase. This guy's not a game. He don't play no games at all, okay? He's not a joke. You got to be ready for this guy because he is going to bring it, okay? And he's going to play to the wall. a lot of people, when they talk about the Bengals as well, they kind of only mention Jamar Chase. Listen, T. Higgins is a really good wide receiver as well, and so is Tyler Boyd. Okay, the Bengals always seem to have like a really solid wide receiver core, and they always seem to be able to go pretty deep with their wide receiver core. So we got to look out for T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd as well. So, of course, guys like Michael Carter, like I said, Sauce, DJ Reed, Eccles as well, if he continues to get the time, because they actually made Bryce Hall a healthy and active last week. So we'll see how that continues to go forward as well. But, yeah, our secondary is definitely going to be tested. So those confusions in the secondary, particularly with LaMarcus Joyner, those have got to be cleaned up. Got to be cleaned up. Our safety play has got to be better. Also, Hayden Hurst as well as a really solid tight end in this league. We've got to watch out for him too. And I think our defensive line, our pass rush has got to get after it this week. This Bengals offensive line has struggled, and struggling so far. I think we talked about it constantly. Joe Burrow's been sacked 13 times in the last 2 weeks. We need to put the hits on this guy, all right? We need to bang him around, make him uncomfortable. Now, offensively, we've got to start faster. We've really got to start with more heat than we have these past 2 games. Now, again, our offense was really able to get some momentum flowing, especially after that fake punt. Some things started going for us, but we've got to start off pretty hot. Again, they got some guys up front from Sam Hubbard, Trey Hendrickson, DJ Reader, BJ Hill. These are guys that really are solid defensive linemen in this league, especially Trey Hendrickson. This guy that can get after it, guy that can rush the passer. So our offensive line is going to be tested as well. I want to continue to see what's going forward with Max Mitchell. This is a guy that has been very impressive so far, especially as a young guy, rookie playing. He's looked pretty good. I want to see, continue to see consistency from our left side as well, Tomlinson and Fant. So, properly protect Joe Flacco. Again, we know he's a statue. He's not going to, really be able to take off and get outside the pocket and run away from guys like he's a running quarterback, but we have to protect him properly. Also want to see, what's going forward with Garrett Wilson as well. Are we going to continue to utilize him within our game plan like we had against the Browns? I want to see this guy get the ball in his hands early and often, as well as Elijah Moore, who's looked really good too. He made some plays against the Browns. I think he's going to be able to have some real opportunities against this Bengals secondary as well. Eli Apple being one of their corners. Chidobe Awuzie as well. We got to watch out for those guys, but we got some playmakers offensively. So I want to see Mike LaFleur can just continue to utilize our young weapons effectively. I also want to see our running game be a big part of this. I think Michael Carter, Breece Hall, they'll have some opportunities here to really make some plays, especially Carter coming out of the backfield. I think will be big. He's a guy that really is a matchup nightmare, especially in space. So getting him out there, quick check downs, I'm telling you, Michael Carter is a monster. And we saw Breece Hall play really well against the Browns as well, running the football and coming out the backfield, handling his business. So with all that said, I think the Jets will win this football game. I am taking the Jets to beat the Bengals 21-24. 21-24. I'm taking the Jets, man. Yeah. 21-24. I'm taking the Jets right now. So, listen, folks, now we're going to go ahead and close out the show. Woo! This was quite a show, all right? We had callers, we had takes, we had it all. Listen, I am the man of the people. I'm here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote my Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook, search The Long Beach Joe Show. Like that page. My content's up there. Go ahead and give it a listen. Message me. I'll message you right back. You want to go back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Leave me some feedback. I love hearing about what you folks think I do here on The Long Beach Joe Show. I am also on Twitter as well, at The Long Beach Joe, at The Long Beach Joe on Twitter. My personal page is at YoungJ000. Again, at YoungJ000. Go ahead and follow me. I'll follow you right back. You want to troll me? No issues. I am the troll that lives under the bridge, and I will have my Vera Tucker jersey on at all times. At all times. All right? At all times, I will have my Vera Tucker jersey on. All right? I'm just telling y'all, like, if you look at what that young guy's doing in this league, you just the way he's grading out weekly in protection and all this stuff, he's phenomenal. He's one of the best guards in the league. And I'm not just saying that to say it. Like, the analysts are saying it. Anybody that watches him, he's phenomenal. I'm just saying, if you want some good product, okay, just go to USC, all right? And that'll figure itself out. It will figure itself out, okay? Want good product, You go to USC, you get yourself a Trojan, everything will be fine. All right, fight on. But I'll be there, trolling if you want to troll, and I'll have that jersey on. I'm also on YouTube as well, okay? Go on YouTube, search Long Beach Joe Jets. Long Beach Joe Jets on YouTube, all right? Go ahead and subscribe, hit that notification bell so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. If you want to troll me over there, all right? Go ahead and get in the comments, and I'll troll you right back. We can go back and forth. I don't have no issues trolling, all right? We can go back and forth on there as well. And as always, people, when you see me in person, because you will see me in person, all right? You will, eventually. When you see me in person, it is arms out, chest open, free hugs for everyone. Free hugs for everyone. The hugs will cost you absolutely nothing. Thank you, folks, for taking the time out of your day to watch the show. Thank you, folks, for taking the time out of your day to call into the show. And thank you, folks, for taking the time out of your day to listen to the show. Without you people, I'm absolutely nothing. Thank you for doing all that you do and for interacting with me and my show. I want to thank you, folks. So you folks have a good one. Peace. 1 second, folks. All right. You should be back. Listen, salutes. I want to thank everybody for watching the show and coming on by. Oh, this is a phenomenal show. For those of you that are new, okay, exclamation point links in the chat. It's the link tree, all right? Linktree has the links to all of my social media platforms and also all of my YouTube. Please follow me across all my social media platforms. And also, please follow me or please subscribe to all of my YouTube pages. Content is coming for those other pages. It's my schedule. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell across all of my YouTube pages as well. And we have content coming. For those of you that are new as well, we do these shows year round, okay? Year round, all right? We talk about the Jets. This number right here, all right, that is the number to the show. It will not change, okay, for the foreseeable future. Unless I tell you it's going to change, it's not going to change, all right? You can call into the show about 10 minutes early if you want to get on the show earlier. Call into the show about 5 to 10 minutes earlier is when the lines usually open. You wait, and then when the show starts, I talk a little bit about what we're going to discuss. I usually do about maybe 10, 15 minutes, maybe, not too long. Then we'll get to the callers and you'll be able to get on earlier. Okay, I've had discussions with people recently, again, okay, that don't understand how I do things over here. Okay, listen, there's a queue. Okay, I can see you. If you call in and hang up, you're going to be at the bottom of the queue. Okay, I respect everybody's time. I want to say this again, and I'm not going to say who I had this discussion with. Okay, but you know who you are. I don't care if you've been a Jets fan for 40 years or 4 minutes. I don't care, okay? I don't care if you've been a Jets fan for 40 years or 4 seconds. I don't care. If you call in, okay, I'm going to respect you and your time, which means I go through the queue, all right? I'm not going to skip you because you've been a fan for 40 years and season ticket. I don't care. I'm telling you, right, I told you, I told you, I don't care. I'll just tell you, I don't care. Because I respect everybody's time. I want to talk to everybody. I want to get everybody's perspective. And it's not disrespectful. Everybody here knows I try my best to be very fair, okay? I want to hear everybody's take because everybody is important to me, okay? They may not be important to you, but they're important to me. Everybody, okay? So I'm going to hear everybody's take, okay? I don't care where you're from, who you are, I don't care, all right? You call in, you wait your turn, and I will give you your time. Now, again, there's a lot of shows, like today's show is pretty hot. Again, you saw me cycling through. Listen, I can't give people like 30 minutes every week. I can't do that, okay? I can't do that, but I can give you more than enough time to give me your take. Let's go back and forth, okay? That's what it is, all right? Now, so with that said, when you call in, please make sure that your phone is good, okay? If your phone has some issues, some big issues, then guess what? I'm not going to be able to hear you okay? I can't hear you. And if I cannot hear you, then my audience cannot hear you. And if they can't hear you, then we can't have an exchange, go back and forth, and I'm not going to be able to hear your ideas. I'm not going to be able to hear your takes. So then how can we have a good discussion? We can't, okay? Please, the Sesame Street phones, put them away, okay? Don't call me on speakerphone either. That makes it echo. Watch your headsets, please. Give me some solid connection, all right? And I want to be able to go back and forth with y'all. I tell people this all the time. I love all Jets fans. I do. I don't care where you're from, nothing like that. All Jets fans, I respect you, okay? And I want to hear everybody's take. This is why I do this. I want to interact with Jets fans. Also football fans. For those of you that are just football fans that don't even like the Jets, because I have a lot of people that watch my show that don't even like the Jets at all, that have no interest in the Jets whatsoever. And sometimes they call in just to talk about their team, you know. Fine. I have no issues with that either. But please make sure that your phone is good to go. And I welcome people that are not Jets fans as well. Salutes to y'all. And salutes to my overseas guys as well that be checking me out as well. Salutes to my overseas folks too. So I respect y'all. I've been getting hit up a lot by my overseas people that I'm always astonished that people from overseas listen to or check out my platform. Okay. Yeah. Salutes. Val Outlaw says no special treatment. Listen, I love and respect everybody, but I've had some discussions with people that think that because I've been a Jets fan for 30 years, listen, Joe, I don't care. I'm skip the line when I call in. Like, bro, I don't think you know how I do things on my platform. I respect everybody. There's no cutting the line here, okay? I respect everybody, though. You believe me, I'll get to everybody in more than enough time, all right? So that's how I do things. Yeah, so we do that year-round. We also game on this channel as well when my schedule allows. My schedule is crazy. So as y'all know, people that have been watching me for a while or interacting with me for a while, my schedule is out of whack. So we'll continue that when time comes for that too. So if I pop up and I'm playing 2K or Street Fighter or something, all right, please don't be surprised. Come on in, sit down with your boy, kick it, and we talk about life. We talk about crazy stuff that's going on, tell crazy stories. A lot of people like to hear my stories. I got a lot of stories from, that time throughout my life. So we have a lot of fun doing that as well, which I'll let y'all know when that's coming. My schedule is just too all over the place as of late. And I have other content coming. I'm telling y'all, we're going to have a lot of fun. So we do a lot of stuff like that. We have a lot of fun. We have a blast. I think I'm going to check and see. I'm going to let you guys know, but I'm thinking this week we are going to do a watch along. I'm thinking that I'll have time to do that. I'll let y'all know if I'm going to be doing that the day before. I'll let y'all know if we're doing a live watch along. Also with my live watch alongs, what I'm going to start doing, okay, because I've been hit up by multiple people. For those of you that do not know as well, that may be new, after we watch the game together, we do a live radio show directly after. Everybody knows that, right? There's some people that seem to miss that we do a live radio show directly after, and they're like, Joe, where's the radio show? So I'm going to start chopping the radio show and putting the radio show up by itself as well, all right? So I'm going to start doing that. So please do not get annoyed, all right, when I chop the radio show portion and put that up as well, because there's a lot of people that are just missing it and are saying, hey, just put the radio show up by itself. So that's what I'm going to do. That's also why the audio show also gets loaded as well. That's through Blog Talk that does that as well, because there's some people that just want to listen to the audio and don't want to watch the show at all, because I get questions about sometimes like that, and that's for certain people. And there's quite a bit of people that just like the audio and don't want to watch the show because they're doing something, so they may be listening while they are doing something else. All right, so that's what I'm going to be doing when we do live watch alongs. Of course, we'll do that live. Everything's going to be fine. But then after, if you see the radio show pop up again as its own video, don't think like something crazy is going on. It's because people are like, Joe, where's the radio show? What happened? I'm just like, we did it. Just skip through. So, so I'm all about, doing what I can to get y'all the content that y'all want. You know what I'm saying? Clearly when my schedule allows. I know a lot of people will still be like, Joe, we want a game. That'll come, okay? Don't worry. But yeah, so we have a lot of fun for anybody that's new. Again, please subscribe if you have not subscribed. We have a blast on here, and we're going to continue. When my schedule clears up a bit, we're going to have even more fun. So live watch along at this point, I'm thinking Sunday we're going to do that. I'll let y'all know for sure, probably about Saturday. I'll let y'all know for sure if we're doing that. But right now it's looking like it's a go. So I'm going to be watching the game together, having a lot of fun. So I'm going to head and get on out of here. Listen, salutes to everybody. Val Outlaw, salutes to you. Val Outlaw says, no special treatment. Yeah, look, like I said, I love everybody, but I've had some back and forths with people that really just be like, I don't care. And I'm just like, listen, I respect you, but this guy was on the line for, 10 minutes or whatever. He's going to get his time. You can't call in and just skip the line. Everybody has to wait. It's just like, if you go to a grocery store or something, you don't just get to take your groceries and walk in front of everybody else that's been standing in line for, 20 minutes or whatever, waiting on their time. You don't get to do that. You can't do that here, and I respect everybody. I get to everybody. So salutes Val Outlaw again, respect. He says, hit that like button and subscribe. Salutes GC as well. Good to see you in here. NY Jets FL, Curvin Ledger, salutes to you too. Method, just everybody that came on by. Beth Page, Chris, Jennifer, salutes to you. Good to see you in here too. Salutes again, just to everybody. William, everybody that came on by. Finance community, salutes to you too, man. Leon, salutes to you. William, everybody just came on by and said what's up to your boy. Mr. McMoney, Rusty, Ronald as well. Ronald Perry, good to see you in here. BK, good to see you in here too. Randilla, Will, my guy Steel Stone, salutes. Sco, salutes. Nathan, Quick Dolo, salutes to you as well, man. Anthony, always good to see you in here. Salutes to you, Anthony. Just everybody that came on by, man, and said what's up to your boy. Kicked it. And James D, Jets Mess, Angel Reed, Venom, you know what I'm saying? So good to see you in here too, man. Salutes to everybody that came on by, commented, and said what's up to your boy, man, and interacted with the show in any form, okay, and fashion. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, man, because I got to go already. All right, listen, folks, the world is crazy, all right? I don't know what's going on out here in this world, but people, I know y'all seeing this, man. It seems like people are just getting people are getting crazier and crazier every day, man. Is it just me? Like, people are getting crazier and crazier every single day, man. I don't know what's going on. Salutes to you, Chris. Chris says, great show. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know why people are getting so crazy, but it's getting just off the chain every day, all right? So, listen, be safe out here. Sit down with your friends, your family, your loved ones. Get some good food. Watch some good TV, all right? And make memories with the people that you love, okay? Let the people that you love know that you love them, all right? It's extremely important in today's times, okay? Something I value in my life. I hope it's, again, something that y'all value in y'all life, all right? So I'll see you folks later on. Again, that live watch along as of now is a go, okay? So keep that in mind, that we're going to, as of this point, I'll let y'all know for sure that we're going to be watching the game together. I'll let y'all know again for sure coming up shortly. So, look, again, please give the stream a thumbs up. Share the stream with your friends and your family. Subscribe if you have not subscribed. I want to thank all the new subscribers as well. I appreciate y'all. All right, please keep subscribing, hitting that notification bell. I'm going to